Hi, this is Chris Lind, and you're watching The Red Booth.
And welcome to The Red Booth Show. I am your host, Kimberly Q. On tonight's episode, I have a fantastic musician, Chris Lind, and he's here to talk about his career in music and to play some songs for us. So come and join us. So hey, Chris, how's it going?
So good. So nice to be here.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
My pleasure.
I'm really excited for you guys to get to know Chris because he's an amazing musician. And not only do you have your own music that you're doing, I guess as a solo artist, but you also have a band as well.
I do. I have people that I play with here in LA and then also in New York City that fill out a full band sound, and it's wonderful.
Now, what's the difference between your solo style and the band that you have? And what is the name of the band, by the way?
It's Chris Lind. It's my name.
Okay.
And the full band is definitely, like the records, a full band sound, so it's kind of indie rock. When I play solo, it's a little more singer-songwriter with an electric guitar. Sometimes I'll have a keyboardist accompany me or another guitarist. Yeah, it's a little different, but...
It seems like it's a lot more mellow and romantic.
Totally.
It's beautiful, beautiful music, the
Thank
solo
you.
music. I haven't heard your band, though, and the one that the guys are in New York, right?
There's a group of musicians that will swap in different positions in the band. So I'll have a couple drummers that I'll play with here in LA, a couple bass players, a couple guitarists. And
With Chris Lind, the band.
exactly.
Here. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Cool.
So when you come out to see me, you'll see probably a group of musicians, but sometimes it's just me playing the electric guitar. And
That's right, 'cause he's about to be performing here on the show for us, which will be amazing.
can't wait.
So how did you first get into music? When did you start playing and singing?
I've always sung. My dad's a musician. He was in the Philadelphia Orchestra. He was a flute player.
Wow.
And my mom was also very active as a pianist, but she didn't do that professionally. So I have it, I guess, in my genes, but since I could make sound, I was singing. My parents say I was singing before I was talking, so I've just always been making sounds.
The singing baby.
Singing baby is very accurate.
That's awesome. And so did you do music school or special training or?
A little. When I was young, I took piano lessons when I was young, and then guitar lessons when I was a teenager, and then I went to college and studied music there amidst other things. So
Where did you go?
I went to Skidmore College, which is a wonderful school, and I graduated with a BA in music. So
Amazing.
that was fun, and I'm really thankful for that time.
So do you think that it's really important for musicians to get that type of, structured education, or do you think that it's not quite necessary? I'm curious about that.
I think it's a great question. I think it's all about the individual. I think there's a lot of people that thrive in academic settings with music, but I know a lot of musicians in my life that it wouldn't really work for them, but they have taken maybe private lessons with someone, or maybe had someone teach them some things about their instrument. I think everyone's different when it comes to education in music.
And for you, how does it affect your daily musical life? That's basically all you do, right?
So I teach music. I teach private voice lessons, and then I'll also teach some songwriting classes and work with people. And my music background, what I learned in college and in my lessons, is extremely important for what I do for money during the day.
To make a living,
To make a living.
It's kind of important, you gotta eat.
So important.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know. I was really excited to hear that you do singing lessons as well, because you have such an amazing voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you obviously know a lot about all of the theory behind harmonizing and and all of that sort of thing. So it's very cool.
Thank you. It's been nice to learn the things I've learned about music and then use those things in my lessons that I teach. Yeah.
Well, definitely people can go and check out your lessons and find you on a website, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I've got my chrislinmusic.com, and then I'm on all the things, so you can find me on all the things, Spotify and iTunes.
On
and
every stuff.
YouTube, every stuff.
So definitely go and check it out and find Chris Lind, especially if you're wanting to hear some of his new music or even get some singing lessons. So now you have some new songs that you're just coming out with, and you're also playing on the show. Do you want to tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, so I have recently started working with a voice processor. It's a TC Helicon Voice Live Touch, and it's been so cool to
one of
use
those.
that. It's this really cool device that you'll see me press during my performance, and it gives me basically like 4 extra voices. And I've written a couple songs with that, which has been really fun. One of the songs I'll play today, I basically wrote on that. And then another song, which I'm working with a producer in New York City, Aaron Navisi at the Bunker Studio. I've used that device for live performances. When I don't have my full band, it's nice to have this vocal processor. It kind of fills out my sound for like a solo situation.
Yeah, it sounds so cool.
Thanks.
Okay, we have to take a break, but we'll be right back with musician Chris Lind. And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. I'm here with musician Chris Lind. So we were just talking about your new songs that are coming out, and you're going to be performing some of them on the show here. So tell us a bit about the songs and the stories behind them.
So they are basically about my life in the last 3 years, which has been a lot of travel. I moved from New York City to Hawaii,
Oh, wow.
and then to here, to Los Angeles. And it's been
What were you doing in Hawaii?
Basically moved out there for a lady. And
Oh, love.
also, Hawaii is where my dad grew up, and I've lived there before, and it's a place that's very special for me.
Wow.
I knew I was done with New York City at a certain point about 3 years ago, and it was just the right timing with this relationship, and it was wonderful to be there, but LA felt like a better fit for me, so the record actually deals with that a little bit, and the songs are about that lady a little bit, the times that I had.
Are so many songs inspired by true life events? I mean, not always exactly what it is, but in some way inspired by it, right?
Absolutely. My songs are very much me, and just looking at my life, and it's also therapy too, so.
Totally right.
So yeah, I've been working on this record for about 3 years now, which is really long for me to be in the studio working on one record. I'm excited to get it out, and it looks like, I would say by the spring at the very latest, it's gonna come out 2019.
Well, cool. So people get to actually see a sneak peek at
They will.
some of the songs.
will.
And now, what was the name of the first song that you are releasing?
The first song is called If It Weren't For You. It's very new, about a girl. And like I said, it was written with that vocal processor that I've been using.
Which is cool. It's kind of like Sigur Rós, right?
Oh, cool. I
Yeah.
love that you said that, because
Yeah.
I love them.
They're amazing.
They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a direction I hope to get more and more into. And that song actually hasn't been recorded yet, so that's very new. The second song
We
I'll
have a treat
play.
then.
The second song I am gonna play is called "It's You," and I have recorded that. We're not finished it yet, but the basics are done, and that's about a lady. And
I like how he's like really, just kind of keeping it at that, right? about it.
Yeah, the song I think it'll be obvious what I'm talking about and what it's about, and yeah.
Fine. Just kidding.
Thanks, Kimberly. I can say
It's
more.
a
if
very
you want.
romantic song, so that's a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's totally what I'm going for with both of those.
So would you say that your songs are generally kind of love songs? Like,
Yeah,
that's your thing.
Yeah, I tend every time I pick up an instrument or start writing a song, there's a decent amount of romance in what I write. There are some songs that aren't, but majority is romantic. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's just who I am, I guess.
That's a good thing.
Thank you.
I love it. We
Thank
need
you.
these beautiful songs out there. He was practicing before we started shooting the show today, and I'm just sitting there getting like ready, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, and just like it's really moving, and it's just amazing.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't wait. They're gonna have to actually see what we're talking about finally at the at the end of this show. But they can also check it out on social media too.
Yes.
So you have these two songs,
Yeah.
and you have a new album, right?
Yeah, a new album will come out in 2019. My last record came out about a year and a half ago, the Stay EP, and
This Day?
the Stay EP.
The
Yeah.
Stay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
And that was while you were in Hawaii?
correct. Yeah, it
Cool.
came out when I was there.
Does it sound a little Hawaiian? Does it have a Hawaiian feel?
Not really.
No?
It's, I studied Hawaiian guitar, slack key guitar, which is a lot of open tunings. So in some ways, there are some open tunings in the guitar playing, but it doesn't sound Hawaiian really.
So it's not like ukulele.
Exactly.
Nothing
There's
like that.
zero ukulele. Ukulele is a wonderful instrument, but I don't tend to use it in my music. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you already had that album out, and people can find that online.
Yeah.
And so what was that album mostly?
That was kind of a goodbye to New York City. Some of the challenges I had in New York City are on that. That's actually an unromantic song, which was great. Like all of my songs, it's just you looking into my life and seeing what's maybe either stressing me out or what I'm celebrating, which is often romances.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's more love songs, a couple like rockers that are not romantic.
Okay, well, we just had the signal to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with musician Chris Lind. And here we are with Chris Lind, the musician, who is kind of shy, I have to say,
I can be a little shy sometimes.
but actually very deep and emotional. Okay, I know this is true. I think we're about to hear some more stories too.
I'm ready to share a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, because he's got these beautiful songs. Ladies, go and check them out. You will love them.
Thank you
You'll cry.
very much,
You'll
Kimberly.
cry while you listen to them. Anyway, so you were in Hawaii, and it's inspired you to write this last album that's already out there, available right now. And what was happening then? You came from New York.
I was basically enjoying not being in New York as much as I love New York.
That's a huge difference. Like, I mean,
enormous,
Yeah.
and had its challenges too, because New York is definitely a lot faster, which I, over a long time living there, had grown accustomed to, and getting to Hawaii, you're like all of a sudden on a very relaxed speed.
that's like mellow.
Really mellow.
I've never been, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
I
Kimberly,
know,
you have to go.
I've
You
got
would
to
love
go.
it, I think.
I've recently, one of my girlfriends invited me out there for Thanksgiving, so I was
Go.
like, anyways.
The whole state is amazing. Yeah, I was just enjoying myself. I was enjoying a relationship. I was enjoying what I've always enjoyed when I go visit my family in Hawaii, which is the beaches and the food and the scenery. But the music scene didn't quite have everything I wanted. It's more Hawaiian. It's
Yeah.
more reggae. It's more island music. And that music is amazing. And I've studied some of that music, and it's just beautiful, but the indie rock scene doesn't hold a candle to New York City or LA. So I kind of said to myself before I got there that LA would be the backup if I felt kind of unfulfilled in the music scene there. So I moved here about 2 years ago, and it's been everything I wanted it to be. It's the best music town I've ever been to in my life.
There's so many amazing artists here. It's
so
fantastic.
many,
Which is why I'm so happy to do my show. I get to show people like you,
Thank
now an LA resident, who is very, very talented.
Thank you.
So you were talking about the album, and then
Yeah, the album that I put out right around that time kind of was like a goodbye to New York, a embracing change and movement, and this new record kind of is in a way a continuation of that. There's been so much movement in my life in the last 3 years, and kind of explores that while exploring romances I've had. And it's exciting.
is this a new romance in the Los Angeles area?
I've been
Is the same
relatively
romance?
single. I still keep in touch with old romances, but it's not anything like, there's one romance.
That was a pretty that was like a love song that you're playing.
Totally.
So-
Certain people will inform these songs, but it's not necessarily like we're getting married or, in a relationship even. It's kind of funny. Sometimes my songs sound like this person's the center of my universe, but they're someone I've had a date with and I still have feelings for, or someone I was in a relationship with before, and I can't stop thinking about, or stuff like that.
I hope they know you write these songs about them.
They do.
That's
I
good.
actually, there's good communication that way.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's so brave to open up and show your soul to the world as a musician. Like, really, I think that's the scariest thing to me, and the most beautiful and wonderful thing that you can do. And we're going to run out of time in just a few minutes before we start your live performance. But I would love to sort of wrap up with any advice that you have for people who are maybe wanting to get into music, or scared to go play, or whatever you want to let them know.
I think just keep doing it. I mean, this sounds obvious, but whatever your outlet and whatever your means of pursuing music, just keep doing it, and don't let all of the scary comments about the music industry, about how much you make off of streaming, which is not a lot, scare you.
We're fixing that though, right?
Apparently,
we're
I just
fixing
heard
that,
that. Just keep doing it, and it took me a while to get comfortable in doing it, and I still struggle with it sometimes, this music industry, but I'm so happy that I kept with it at certain times. And I hear a lot of my friends who are great musicians say the same thing. Whether it's continuing lessons with this person or continuing to just get into your journal and write down the poetry or lyrics that you're typically writing in that space, just keep doing it, and it will pay off.
I love it. That's very, very true and good advice. Don't give up.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Go and get some lessons and find a mentor.
Find a mentor. That's somewhere that was very helpful for me, yeah.
Well, I'm sure people will find you to be one of those mentors when they
Thanks.
hear your performance. So come back from the break and we will get to watch Chris Lind play some songs for us.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Thanks for being here. And welcome back to the Red Booth Show. I am here with musician Chris Lind, and he's here to perform 2 songs for us. So what are the songs you're going to be playing?
The first one's called If It Weren't For You. The second one is called It's You. They're both about some ladies in my life.
Wonderful. Well, here we go. Some beautiful love songs for you. Try not to cry.
be sure if anything's the same. I'm not trying to be precious, but you had me when you turned your head to sing. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, I would be alive. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, I'd be doing fine. I know that we're quite different. Yes, I know that you're determined to be true. I'm not trying to be precious, but I won't neglect the miracle of you. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, I would be alive. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, I'd be doing fine. Do you see I'm not getting rid of me? And I don't think I will ever get rid of you. I think I know what happened, but I can't be sure if anything's the same. I'm not trying to be precious, but you had me when you turn your head to sing. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, I would be alive. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, I'd be doing fine. If it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, if it weren't for you, I'd be doing fine. That look, your touch, the way you tell me all the things I love without a sound, a dance you know that I can't live without. Get loud, be proud, don't doubt how much your fire means to me and makes me see those colors I so often can't live without. You get dark, then we fight. It's a wrong that feels right. It's you. The crazy things you do. It's you. The pain you put me through. Hold on, what's wrong along? You tell me I'm the only one to make you feel that way. Ashamed and blamed, a victim of me. Say no, let go, go slow. Just be the one to speak your heart, not play the part that everyone believes you're cast to be. You get dark, then we fight. It's a wrong that feels right. It's you. The crazy things you do. It's you. The crazy things we do. It's you. The pain that you have put me through. It's you.